What's good, everybody? Hope y'all good. Hope y'all chilling as usual. Cousin Swank coming at y'all with the character review on the dead man walking, the angel born in hell, Z-GOGETA himself. If y'all play him, let me know. I'm gonna give y'all my thoughts. Let me know if I'm wrong or if I'm right, or if y'all think it's something different. We're gonna talk about this one. It's gonna be a little special video. If y'all notice, I've been playing him for a while lately, and I figured I'd post him. So I'll give y'all a little rundown, little character review on my man's Z-GOGETA. Let's get it. Alright, so what are my thoughts on him? Why did I pick him? What is your reason to pick him? Let's talk about this. So, honestly, if y'all want to know why I picked Z-GOGETA over the other Gogetas or fusions, Gogeta's my favorite fusion. Alright, Gogeta's my favorite fusion. If you have a favorite character, you should be playing them rather than playing top tiers because they let you win. And if you do, at least enjoy it while you can. But I picked Z-GOGETA because if you want me to be honest, it's kind of funny. It's the orange jacket. I'm gonna be honest. The orange jacket has always looked cooler than me. I don't really like that in Super they made it yellow. I've always liked the orange jacket more. Added more uniqueness rather than everybody having the same outfit like Gotenks and Gogeta. So if y'all want to know, that's why. It's the orange jacket. The halo's cool. I always like his get down to business, but that's just a Gogeta thing. But the orange jacket is cool. I even like Super Saiyan 4's gold jacket. But I just don't really like the Super Gogeta's yellow jacket that much. So if you want to know, that is why I picked him. Now let's actually talk about the character. Stop lollygagging. So, what do I think about Z-GOGETA? Well, I'm going to run down his moves first. It's not really that complicated. His move list isn't that complicated. His move list is pretty good. So he has a overhead kick after his first punch. For his first heavy, it's an overhead kick, which is really good. You open up your opponent's off rip, like, you don't got to deal with that. And the difference from the other fusions is that, not the other fusions, but the other Gogetas, is that they all have their overhead kicks at the end, which personally I do think is still good, but that separates him from them. He can open up the opponent's like as soon as he gets in. The other ones, they're really fast, so they get to that point, but it's a different placement. Then he got a gut check after, which is really good. Overhead gut check is personally my favorite lineup of moves. I don't care what order they're in. I like gut check. Personally, I like gut check first. That's me though. But overhead and gut check, my two favorite pairings is when they're next to each other. Then he has a key wave, which I like his key wave. I use it because I don't know what it's called, but the key wave that doesn't have the knockdown, the one where you do the boom boom boom, the 3 hits, I think that one does a lot of damage. So I like using that in the middle of my combos after a sweep. And then for last, he has his turnaround kick. And his turnaround kick, you always got to have a turnaround. It actually works. People don't like when you have that at the end of your string, but for some reason with him, it actually works way more often than you think. I think it's because people think that the combo's already done or you already used up all your good stuff. So they get hit by the last turnaround kick. It doesn't get perceptioned as much. Key wave gets perceptioned a lot. I think third slot moves are the ones that usually is like where moves get perception. Third slot is like it should be your worst option in your third slot. Personally, I don't know what other people think. That's how I feel about him. He also with Keyway being in the middle, that's why it's easier to set up the combo. But he also has a turnaround kick as his sidestep move. Now, it's kind of wonky. I don't really like it because due to the game having this weird tracking bug and all that, it makes it where you can sidestep perfectly and hit turnaround kick, and you'll turn them back the way that they look, the direction that they weren't even facing. So they'll be facing towards you, and you'll try to turn them around, and you'll turn them back facing towards you, which sets up the perception mash. So that one's kind of weird. If it gets fixed, it gets fixed. But right now, I wouldn't really recommend it as often. Or you should go ahead. Now let's talk about his moves, his special attacks. So he has a big bang Kamehameha, which I don't know. Charge beams. People say they have a use. I don't think they do. I understand that you can change the timing for their recovery, but it does not work out in my favor. Every time I've connected a beam, a charge beam, it has been a special occasion, I'll be honest. So I've had to clip it every time, which is not that often. Then he has Punisher Drive. Punisher Drive, a teleport super that not too many characters have in this game, so he's one of the unique ones. But the best part about his is that I think everybody has a unique move to their teleport moves. I don't know if they're doing that on purpose, but Gogeta's gives him a hard knockdown. So if you do it, they fall straight to the floor, letting you get your meter back depending on how high you are. So situational in some situations, because I am starting to think that teleport supers are easier to vanish because they have a set timing to when you can vanish them. So use it cautiously. If they don't know how to get around it, then keep on doing it. If you need resources, obviously you wouldn't need resources because you have 4 bars a meter, so it costs 4. But if you're like really high in the air and like sparking range for their fall down, you can go for that, have them fall all the way down, and probably go into sparking if they're that high up. I don't know how you're going to set that up, but it is doable. So that is very useful. Then after that, he has, I don't know, is it finish line? I think he has finish sign. Finish sign just gives them damage. Use it in the middle of your combos. Don't use it raw, because if you use it raw, they're going to know that you have to get in to get rewarded for using it rather than wasting it. So it kind of sets you up to get sidestep punish or some type of punish. So use it in the middle of a combo. My bad if I'm talking to y'all a little bit too fast. I'm not trying to say I'm trying to get this video over. I'm just not trying to bore y'all. And I actually am happy to talk about this character. After that, he has Immovable Stance. Immovable Stance is it's a false courage, but I don't know if everybody knows this, but Immovable Stance gives defense. So when you get hit, even when you do get hit, you take less damage. So against matchups where they're hitting me really hard, like the damage is crazy, then yeah, I'm gonna hold back on it. I'm gonna use it a lot. I already use it a lot. It's actually one of my favorite moves in the game, well, skills in the game. After that, the Immovable Stance gives you armor. Now I'm gonna tell y'all what I do with the armor. If y'all check my last videos on my fights, my Fist and Jams video, where it's just me in player matches fighting some good players, looking for good fights and trying to practice my super counters and just trying to get good where I use my other characters, check that one out. You're going to see this a lot. Or you check my first video when I'm playing them and I'm actually just chopping it up on stream. You can check that one out too. But if you see me pause while fighting when I have a Immovable Stance set up, I've been trying, because people don't really like false courage, because if you don't know, you get a hit on armor, you armor through moves until a heavy comes out. So if they're fast enough or they have a good start, you're getting opened up. Now me, I use it, keep in mind, at the benefit of having more defense, so don't think it's too bad. But the part that I really like to do is I'll activate and stand there. Now why do I stand there? Because for me personally, it feels like a UI situation where you can armor and press perception and get an auto sway just automatically because they're technically whiffing. That, or my main one, this one I do even more than perception, is I will stand there and I'll sidestep. Now I like to let them whiff, because the reason being, when they're hitting me and I'm armoring through it, unless they have an overhead kick as the first hit, they won't process in time that I'm armoring through it, which just lets me sidestep the heavy when it does come out. And that happens a lot more often than you think. So I can sidestep the heavy as it comes out, which lets me get a free punish on them doing that. Now, unless they're vanishing, you might be able to sidestep it. Unless they're like doing jab vanish, you might sidestep it. But even if they do vanish, you can still just stand there and sidestep it. So it forces a situation where they have to whip. That is why I really like it personally. If I'm using it wrong, let me know. If y'all disagree, let me know. But that's how I've been using it. Activate it, post up, let them think that they have an advantage, and then let them know. Let them know, no, you don't. Now, his speed is kind of, it's faster than average, but it's not like fusion fast like the rest of them. His damage is pretty good, because his combo strings are all different, so you can actually keep the combo going for a while, and he has the heavy hitting options out of these options. Now, downsides. I do think that his this is the part that I really don't like. I think he's good. I just think that the meter is what gets him killed. I think his meter management is really bad. I don't think he gains much meter. And he doesn't have a lot of finesse moves. Like, he doesn't have, like, high tension so you can gain 2 bars a meter. He has, like, finish sign, so you don't get anything for that. So when your opponents are, like, charging up faster than you, it's really hard to fight back in some situations. Like, Beast Gohan, I think, is a hard fight just because Beast Gohan charges faster than him. You also have no reason to do his Big Bang Kamehameha, so you might as well just use Punisher Drive, which costs 4 bars, so you actually lose a lot of meter. And I know I'm a Buhan player. I use Candy Beam, which costs 4 bars, and the Kamehameha. The thing is Buhan has high tension to back it up. Once you cash out that super, and they don't fall all the way to the ground from like a very high height, you're just out of resources at that point. That is my personal downside of him. Now, what do I think about him? I think he is a confident fusion for confident players. Like, you have to be confident with him. You gotta hope that the situation, you gotta know that the situation is in your favor and you set it up like that. That's how I think about him. He's not one of those fusions where you just use the stats and damage to get around, like Super Saiyan 4 or Blue Vegito. You just use what they have to get around your weaknesses. He's not that. If you have a weakness with him, he's going to let you know that you have that weakness. And I like that part about him. He doesn't feel like you're just finessing and getting around. So that's how I feel. If y'all want to know, he is my second right now. He is my second character. I had a lot of fun with this character. I'm going to keep playing him. He's my backup for when I like lose my rank and I got to get it back. Do I suggest him for free wins? No, definitely not. He is not a free win character. I actually think he's one of the least corny next to Super Saiyan Gogeta. That is how I feel about him. So check him out. If y'all think that I'm playing him wrong, let me know. If y'all play him different, let me know. If y'all got tag with him, let me know. If y'all want to watch my Z-GOGETA, I might post some videos after this. Or you could holla at the Fist and Jams video. That's a series I got. Just music that matches the fights, music that matches the character. The playlist is for the characters, the fights are for the character, and me just training and having some good fights. Or you can watch my other video of me just playing the character. That's all I got to say. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. I'll catch y'all on the flip. Like I say, when a dragon's confronted, it breathes fire and deuce.